What's up, freediver fans? We're here today to talk about some big boy guns. It's wintertime in Florida, so that means that wahoo are moving through, cobia, all sorts of big fish. Plus it's Christmas, we get to stretch the budget a little bit as well.
Nice. Is one of the first guns I've got up here. Now I grabbed this particular gun because the power you can get out of a single roller gun is incredible. This particular one is a 110. For shooting wahoo and cobia around here, probably a 120 would be a better option, but I just didn't have one on the shelf. So the Rob Allen roller, you get a ton of power because your power stroke is pushing all the way to the front of the muzzle. You can see the wishbone is really tight up on the muzzle. So you're actually accelerating that shaft all the way to the front instead of down to where your bands hang. So you get a lot more power, a lot more bang for your buck. These guys are a great option for shooting big fish.
All right, guys, so I chose a Rob Allen as well. I went a little bit bigger, 1400, because I have that standard band configuration. That carbon fiber makes it a lot stiffer, so that if it was an aluminum barrel, it might flex a little bit. We're just gonna rob some accuracy, rob some of that power. This carbon keeps it maintains all that power in there. It's going to be really effective to reaching out over 20 feet, so you don't have to get too close to those KG wahoo.
Okay, my next choice. I can barely even fit this thing over here. This is a much bigger gun. We're moving into a little bit different category, different caliber of gun here. This is the Koa Double Roller. This particular gun is a 135 centimeter rear handle, which is the configuration that I prefer. They make like a mid-handle, mid-plus version of this gun as well, but I prefer the rear handle style guns for freediving. Gets all that gun out in front of you, kind of closes that gap a little bit faster. Now, one thing that's insane about this gun, you can see the band configuration on the bottom. He has some really trick woodworking and some inserts in here that help you load your bands a little bit easier. You can step it up into multiple different loading points. And you got two little load assists built into the bands up here, so it makes it a lot easier to just grab those bands and load them from there. This gun's slinging a 11/32 shaft, which is
piece of rebar.
Piece of rebar. This is a huge shaft, enclosed track. It's going to give you a ton of moving energy to punch big fish out at 20, 25 feet, something like that. So this gun, if you're targeting wahoo, this is the guy to go with.
The next gun that I chose was also a Koa. This is their 68-inch Bluewater. This is a massive gun. If you just need one gun to handle all of your Bluewater, you're going on a trip of a lifetime, you're doing anything like that, you just want to get one gun that will do anything in the Bluewater, this is the one. Comes stocked with 4 bands, a massive shaft. This can put the hurting on anything out to 30 feet. I mean anything. You're chasing bluefin tuna or wahoo locally, it'll be able to do it. What's great about this gun too, it's also beautiful. It comes with that Purple Heart wood on there, and it's just a massive, big-bodied gun. What that's going to do is help some of that recoil. Because it's got those 4 bands, this is going to have one heck of a kick on it. You may want to make sure you got both hands on this thing and you're ready to go when you pull the trigger. Well, one thing that will help that is not only the size of this stock, but that variable ballast system in here where you can adjust that ballast, make it a little bit heavier to slow down that recoil, or balance it to make sure that the gun's flat in the water. I really, really like this gun, and I like that it's enclosed track as well. All right, so you guys are in the market for a Bluewater gun. What are some key characteristics that I look for when selecting a Bluewater gun? The first one is I really like an enclosed track on the gun. That's going to make it a lot more accurate when you're shooting it, and you can really load that gun up and not have to worry about shaft whip, which is going to help improve accuracy. You're not worried about shooting into a hole or anything like that. I feel like in the Bluewater guns, that's where the enclosed track, where that shaft is actually in the gun, really comes into its own. The next thing that I look for is the size of the gun itself. With the Bluewater gun, there's nothing for the fish to hide behind. They're going to maintain a little bit more distance than if you're on the reef. So you want something that has the ability to reach out and touch something. In my opinion, the Bluewater guns start at 120 centimeters. that's when you're starting to get into blue water guns, and then from there up. The gun that I have in my hands is that 68-inch Koa gun. This is definitely qualifies as a blue water gun. This is a big old cannon of a gun.
It's about as qualified as it gets.
About as qualified as it gets. The next thing that I look for is really trying to identify kind of what species that I'm looking for. Am I going for tuna? Am I going for wahoo? Just a mixed bag. Am I going to be able to swing it? I don't necessarily want this 68-inch massive blue water gun if I'm going to go shoot cobia off the deep reef. Something like this 110 roller is going to give me a ton of range, but I'm still going to be able to swing it on fast-moving fish. So I try to match the gun up to what match the gun's performance up to what I'm looking to get out of it. That being said, if you want to change your gun, if there's a gun that's maybe too hard for you to load or you're unsure about it, we can edit those here at the shop, right?
For sure. Or let's say you have, already have a longer Rob Allen or even a shorter Rob Allen. We can change configurations to make your gun more suited to performing well in the blue water. So, like if you have a short Rob Allen like this 110 and you want to upgrade to, let's say, a 130 or a 120 roller, you can throw a new barrel on there. We can help set those guns up. You want to shoot a thicker shaft, we can help set that up. Breakaway setups, all kinds of stuff. So if you already have a gun that you're not quite sure is going to cut it, or if there's something that you want that you don't know if it's going to cut it in the blue water, we can guide you in the right direction and or get you set up to get that thing ready to go. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. We love talking about awesome guns like these. They're one-of-a-kind guns, most of them. These roller guns are kind of my thing. I really like these guys.
Special purpose, big old guns.
For sure.
If you put one of these in your hands, you're doing something special that day.
And who doesn't like carbon and purple heart, man? Both of those things. Maybe we should get a little mix of those two.
Dang.
Kind of do. You got the carbon on the back here. It blends in well.
A little carbon insert?
Yeah.
You're getting crazy.
Anyway, make sure to like and favorite this video. Leave a comment down below. I want to know what the biggest fish you've ever shot in the blue water is.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, check out these videos right here, and especially this one. It's my favorite.